What is the notice period required for a surveillance deployment in the UK or overseas? Welcome to another episode of Titan PI TV, where we look at the inside look into a live operation investigation agency, that being here, Titan, not in Derby, but we are based in Derby, but we're also based in 9 other places, 10 offices in all, from Truro down in the southwest all the way up to Manchester in the northwest. So as you can see, I am not in the UK where it's currently wet and miserable. However, I am still your host and Managing Director of Titan Private Investigation Ltd, Simon Henson. If you prefer to listen to podcasts, you can listen to Titan PI TV podcast wherever you download your podcasts. So today's short episode is going to be around the notice period for surveillance and what is required. So I'm going to break this into two areas. The first one is UK, so when we're doing surveillance in the UK, and the second one is overseas. So in the UK, we ideally need 24 hours notice, but we will try and facilitate any instruction. So if you say in 3 hours time, I need a surveillance, we will always try and resource it. But we do need to resource. We also need to get operatives to travel to the area because they might not be completely local to where the resourcing is required. But if you ring up an hour before, it's going to be unlikely that we're going to be able to resource it. When we get these inquiries, it's usually on a Friday or a Saturday evening, when it's going to be very difficult for us to resource because people may have had a drink, they may have plans. But we will always try. Surveillance always requires 2 surveillance operatives. The reason it needs 2 is because if it's just 1 surveillance operative, it's 1 person following someone on foot or in a car. If that is the case, every time a vehicle turns left or right, or a person turns left or right, or goes into a cafe, we have to go in close, it's the same operative. It's not possible. Surveillance requires 2 surveillance operatives at an absolute minimum. The cost is £60 per hour plus VAT, so £72 an hour including VAT per operative per hour, and we deploy for a minimum of 5 hours, consecutive hours, so you can't do 2 and then later on 3. It's 5 straight hours. Most agencies are 6, but we've kept ours at 5. We will keep you updated throughout the deployment, constant updates and images. This is usually done on WhatsApp or whatever the client's preferred means is. And within 24 hours, we will provide you with a comprehensive report, which includes images taken from the surveillance footage. This, because all of our imagery and evidence is gathered lawfully, is fully admissible in any court, whether that be a family, civil or criminal court, and has been tested. So that's in the UK. So let's look at overseas. Overseas is slightly different. Ideally, 1 week notice. The reason we need a week's notice is because we've got to resource it. We've got to get visas potentially, flights, accommodation. We've got to get the ethnicity or skin colour of the operatives right for the country so we don't show out. The profile's got to be right of the team. Potentially we're going to have operatives which speak the language of the country we're going to. And ideally, operatives that have a knowledge of that country so we hit the ground running. It's going to need 3 to 4 surveillance operatives, so 2 in the UK is a minimum unless it's static, which is just watching a address and not following people away. If it's a mobile surveillance, it's going to need 3 to 4 when we go abroad. That is simply because we're going to be going in and out of places. People usually they notice more when they're abroad because they're taking in the environment, especially if it's a holiday location. So we say 3 to 4 operatives. Cost is the same, £60 an hour plus the VAT for a minimum of 5 hours a day. So you're looking at £360 per operative per 5 hours. We've then got to sort flights out. We've got to sort the accommodation, potentially visas if they're required, potentially immunisation if it's required. But it's exactly the same. We'll keep you updated throughout the surveillance, and within 24 hours you will have a comprehensive report with those still images taken from the surveillance footage, and we can give you the surveillance footage as well. And that's all within 24 hours. Fully admissible in court, civil, criminal or family. So those are the 2 types of surveillance and the notice periods. Please give us a thumbs up. We love a thumbs up. If you don't want to miss further episodes of Titan PI TV, then please subscribe. It's free. We're almost at that magic 3,000 subscribers, and I thank every single one of you for that. If you put in the comments where you think I am, someone gets it right, I'll give you a free hat and a free t-shirt. So until next time, thank you for listening to Titan PI TV. Keep safe.